Injuries have been a common theme for Rangers so far this season, with the club seeing their campaign both domestically and in Europe affected by it. We have seen the returns of both Connor Goldson and Ben Davies over the last 2 weeks, and the impact they have made since returning to the side just shows how much the team have missed them. It looks as though another key player is set to return to the fold, of which we'll explain who in today's video. Not only that, we will take a look at the player who is set for a shock imminent exit, and discuss all the latest news from Rangers over the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we get into today's video, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Michael Beale admits he's a huge admirer of John Souttar, and the Rangers boss has insisted that the defender has nothing to prove to him, as Beale believes Souttar can become an important player for Rangers this season. The 26-year-old joined the Jazz on a free transfer from Hearts in the summer, but injury has disrupted his time in Glasgow. Souttar only made one appearance before he aggravated an ankle problem. Injuries have plagued Souttar's career, but the Scotland international was nearing a return, and Michael Beale hopes to have him back within the next month. The Rangers boss really rates the talented defender, and he can't wait to work with him. He said, "He doesn't have a point to prove to me. I really rate him. He will want to prove it to the fans and to his teammates that he belongs here, and he can go on and have a successful career here." He's similar to Tom Lawrence, who had a strong start, but then missed out on an awful lot of football. They are both working back, and hopefully in January or February, we can have them both back in the team, which would be lovely. John's had a really rough few seasons with injury. He has played at a high level, but hasn't had a strong and consistent run. We feel his rehab coming back has been strong, and that he's got a really solid foundations. He's a good player, he can step into the midfield with the ball, and is one that I've watched when I was here in my previous time, so I was just delighted to inherit him. I would just like to work with him now. Philippe Holander's current contract ends at the end of the season, but reports have come out that the club are set to terminate his contract this month. The Swede is free to talk to clubs and can leave on a free in the summer, but as I said, reports are suggesting that the club are set to terminate his deal imminently. Hollander is currently on £14,000 per week, and moving him off the wage bill to welcome new additions is what the club want to do. The Swede has missed 98 matches in nearly 3.5 seasons for Rangers due to a variety of injury problems. As always, after Old Firm clashes, there is plenty to stew over and talk about. It was no different this time around as rival fans debated a few key moments throughout the game. Former top referee Dermot Gallagher wasn't even asked to give his take on Celtic's penalty claim for a potential Connor Goldson handball that has outraged Celtic fans post the derby. Gallagher appeared on a special edition of Sky Sports Ref Watch, but the incident didn't even appear to be considered worthy of a discussion. Instead, the 65-year-old was only quizzed on the spot kick awarded to Michael Beale's side when Fashion Sakala went down under Carl Starfelt's challenge inside the box, with James Tavernier converting for his 100th career goal. Debate has raged since full time over the Goldson incident, with reports revealing how Celtic are looking for talks with the SFA over that and other VAR incidents. Fans would have been keen to hear Gallagher's take, yet it was completely blanked by Sky Sports, as they picked out the Rangers penalty for discussion instead. Gallagher was in no doubt over that one and said, "He slides in and goes to ground, and when you go to ground like that, you have to win the ball." He doesn't win the ball, and as Fashion Sakala comes back, he just catches his back leg and brings him back down. And I think he knows what he's done, because if you watch Carl Starfelt, he actually gives himself up, as much to say, "What have I done?" Former Cardiff City striker Jay Bothroyd was also in the studio and agreed with the ex-referee, saying, "That's an obvious penalty. If you go to ground in the penalty area, you need to win the ball, or at least get a touch on the ball to change the direction, but he hasn't touched the ball, he's lunged in, and that's the correct decision." Graham Souness has opened up on one of his biggest regrets in football over the last 24 hours. The Scotland legend admits he could have become a Rangers director of football, and while he stands by his reasons for the decision to knock back the offer, he has revealed he wishes he did. The pundit has been out of football management since 2006 when he left Newcastle. He started his career in the dugout with Rangers after ending his playing days. He left in 1991 for Liverpool as he passed over the Ibrox reins to Walter Smith. But speaking to Sky Sports, the 69-year-old reckons the upstairs role of an offer from David Murray was one he should have taken, as well as admitting regret over not enjoying his time at Ibrox more than he did. He said, "Those early years at Rangers were super times for me, my favourite memories in management, but my 5th season it was becoming too much. It was just too intense. I was appearing on the back pages of newspapers and also the front pages, even though I had already separated from my first wife. I was getting followed around restaurants in Edinburgh, and I know that I was also followed along the M8 motorway. On several occasions, I even had a helicopter appear above my house, which was quite hidden away and private. It became too much for me. Without realizing it, it also impacted my health. Within about a year of leaving Rangers, I was having an open heart surgery. With hindsight, what I should have done at the time was take it back from the job, enjoy the fruits of my labour, and maybe become a Rangers director of football or something along those lines. I know David Murray, the chairman, would have been more than happy for me to do that, but instead I took the only job that I would have considered leaving Rangers for, which was the Liverpool one. I should have realised that I would have been offered that job further down the line." Ex-Rangers captain Barry Ferguson reckons his old side are keeping tabs on Hearts striker Lawrence Shankland after his goal tally for the season hit 18. The Scotland international striker has been on fine form for the Jambos ever since joining the club in the summer and was the Derby Day hero in the 3-0 win over Hibernian. The former Dundee United forward netted a double in the game to take his goal-scoring tally to 18, with 15 of those coming in the Scottish Premiership. Now leading the Scottish top-flight scoring charts, Rangers have been routinely linked to the striker throughout his career, and now Barry Ferguson reckons Ibrox interest could return if Lawrence Shankland keeps up his form. He said, 18 goals including the cups, what a return that is. Lawrence Shankland knows where the back of the net is, he does the hardest part of the game, no doubt about it, he's a player I love to see. I think he's been a brilliant signing for Hearts, he's one that I'm sure Rangers will be keeping an eye on because goal scorers are hard to find. If Morelos does go, you've got Kolak and Roof. Roof for me is a really good player, but there are injury concerns, so you need another striker. One thing Lawrence Shankland can do in the Scottish League is put the ball in the back of the net, and that's been proven this season. It's a brilliant return. He's a proper penalty box striker. He can get involved in the build-up play, but normally he'll get it, lay it off, and first thought, I'm getting in that box. Whilst there are no official links between Rangers and Lawrence Shankland, Barry Ferguson might have a point as he talks up the forward's exploits. Former Rangers right-back Nathan Patterson looks set for another spell on the sidelines after picking up a knee injury. Patterson was forced off just after the hour mark in Everton's 4-1 defeat to Brighton on Tuesday. It has been confirmed that the player will be out for at least 6 weeks. Patterson has been hampered by injury since moving to Goodison Park from Rangers a year ago. The wing-back underwent ankle surgery at the end of last season before sustaining another ankle injury on Scotland duty in last September's UEFA Nation League win over Ukraine. That setback that kept Patterson sidelined for 5 weeks. Rangers fans, what are your thoughts on John Souttar, and do you think he will make an impact on his return from injury? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.